Welcome back to my channel. My name is T So Chic Speaks. Thank you so much for joining me. On today's episode, we are talking about entitlement. So this video is for people who feel entitled. You might be watching this video as well, and you're one of those people. So I hope by the end of this video, you will check your ways and change your ways. Welcome back to my channel. My name is T So Chic Speaks. Thank you so much for joining me. Before I continue, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you've done so, thank you so much for supporting me on this journey. So the reason why I want to talk about entitlement, because it's something that growing up, it's something that I've noticed in people. It's something that I've seen break relationships where people feel like you have to do stuff for them, or they just believe that they're deserving of a special treatment without even putting in any work or putting in adding any value to your life, and just believe that they deserve, special treatment. And it's sad. It's such like entitlement is the worst characteristics you can develop as a human being, because not only do you end up hurting yourself, but also you end up pushing people away from you. And I say that meaning when I say that, what I mean by that is that I've talked to people. I've had people in my life who I've felt very entitled for me, thinking like they have to do stuff for them, and it's kind of more or less broken our relationship, or it's kind of made me kind of draw back from our relationship. I'm gonna go ahead and just start with the meaning of entitlement. So I'm sure most people watching this video, you know what it means when someone says you're feeling entitled. But entitlement is just a fact of having a right. It's the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. So, and one thing I've noticed, entitlement is a joy killer. Like, because you believe that this person owes you this, or they have to do something for you. They have to just do something for you. And when they don't do it for you, you get upset. Sometimes you build this animosity in your heart because you really believe that, this person should do stuff for you. And one thing I've noticed with a lot of people that feel entitled, it's usually people that haven't really done much. You have to understand that when it comes to relationships and building relationships with people, a lot of people value genuine relationships. No one owes you anything, even your siblings, even family members. No one owes you. Like for me, if, let's say, for example, my sister is a millionaire or billionaire, whatever the case may be, she doesn't have to help me. But the good things about the way we're raised is, if she wants to help me willingly out of her own heart, then I would appreciate that. But when I go around thinking, because I'm your sister, you just have to do this for me, or you feel so entitled, and let's say we don't have a relationship, that even makes it worse. So it's me saying that, me thinking, she hasn't really helped me, or my sister is up there, but she's not really helping me get up there. That's me feeling entitled, especially if you don't have a relationship. And it's something that we have to check ourselves, because at the end of the day, there are some of you watching this video right now that you're like that, you feel entitled, that people have to call you all the time. Like, you never pick up your phone to call other people, but you expect people to always call you. You expect people to allow you to do stuff for you, but you don't do nothing for people. And this is one thing I noticed as well. Sometimes when you feel entitled, most times actually, people haven't even had this conversation with the person. So you're there, you're angry, you're like just deep in your heart, like you're just like, yeah, he doesn't do this for me, or maybe you feel like I have money and you've asked me to borrow you money and I said I don't have it. You feel entitled, like, you have to give me. No, nobody really have to give you anything. Like, the society doesn't owe you. Like, and I feel like a lot of some youths, actually, some, like, even children, this is very common with kids, when they feel like, they're entitled to this. And as parents, well, I'm a parent, so like, I have to make sure I raise my daughter to understand that not everything's gonna go your way. Like, you don't just expect people to do things for you. You don't expect the country to just serve you because you're an American citizen, or this has to just be done for me just because. No, you have to put in work. It's only when you put in work in a relationship that you can question stuff. For example, for a wife and a husband, you can feel entitled in the sense that you've both, in a situation, in the marriage where you've both put work in the marriage. And if you feel like your partner, maybe your wife is, failing you, or not necessarily failing you, but your wife is not, holding her own end, then you can have a conversation, like be like, okay, cool, so that's not entitlement. There has to be an established relationship where both parties are actually adding to one another. And my problem, I personally don't get along with people that feel entitled, like people that feel like I have to do stuff for them just because I have to do stuff with my daughter, just because I have to do stuff. It doesn't work that way. You can't, I don't live my life for people or for anyone, so you can't just expect people just to do stuff just because of a title, like you have to just do this because I'm this. It doesn't work that way. And the sad thing is, most times this can cause, rift in between relationships, where one party feels like the other person has to do this, but the only reason why the other person doesn't do this because they feel like you don't put in your own, you don't bring anything to the table. And another one thing I've noticed is what with some people that maybe they send money back home, where the breadwinner of the family is in the western what part of the world, maybe in the UK, in America, in Australia, wherever the case may be, and wherever in the world, and someone back in Africa just feels like this person has to help me, and most times they don't even reach out just to even check on you or how you're doing. They just feel like, oh, you have to just do this for me, and in 1 month you're not able to send money, you become an evil person. Like, that's not a good, it's not a good character, it's not a good characteristics to have as a human being, period. When people do stuff for you, you should be grateful. When someone goes out of their way for you, whether or not you have a good relationship with that person, you should be grateful. Don't just expect people to do stuff for you. If someone is feeling entitled with me, you're going to be feeling that entitlement for a very long time, because I don't pay attention to that. I go based on the kind of relationship I have with you. And if I want to bless somebody, I can bless somebody out of the goodness of my heart without expecting nothing in return. But when you feel like someone has to do something for you, or maybe someone has been doing something for you, they always, you need help, you call out to them, they're good, they can help you. And the one time they can't help you, you start telling everyone about them, they're evil, they're this, which is very common with human beings. Like, I've dealt with people like that, where the one time they needed that one thing from me, told me it's evil, told me it's stingy, told me it's this, told me it's that, and I'm like, but you won't tell people the other 99 times the person was able to help you, but the one time they couldn't help you, you just, you paint the person as a bad. But it's not a good thing to, that's not a good look on you. And you're gonna end up losing a lot of friendship. You're gonna end up losing a lot of good relationships, where we don't just appreciate ourselves. Sometimes, even when you're always asking, sometimes just don't ask. Sometimes be a blessing. Sometimes just be like, you know what, I don't need you to help me this month. I just wanted to say thank you for all the other months that you've helped me. Sometimes just try and actually build a genuine, real relationship with somebody before you feel entitled. And sometimes don't just assume you know someone's pocket, because I must look rich, boy, but and I claim it in Jesus' name. But it's funny how somebody just like, oh, I have to do this for them, or told me I have to just do this. I'm just like, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I don't do things because someone feels like I have to do it. I have to want to do it. And if it doesn't, especially if it doesn't make sense for me, or it doesn't, so first of all, if it's not even in line with the word of God, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I don't do things just to please people. I'm not living to please people. I'm living for the applause of one, which is God. So even in that aspect, I don't do things just to please people. But sometimes you don't even know what someone is going through. Someone might appear to be fine, they're rich, they're always giving you money, and you don't know, they might be going through hard times. Like, they might even be in debt. These times they're helping you, giving you money all the time. You feel entitled that they have to help you. You want to borrow money, you ask them, they have to give it to you. And the ones who can't give it to you, why not ask them, is everything okay? Like, why not just, don't be someone that just is always receiving. Sometimes be a giver. And I just want to, let you, if you're watching this video, just understand that if you're that kind of person and you feel entitled that people have to do stuff for you, sometimes don't focus on yourself. Why not focus on the other person? Actually really care for people and how you can be there for them. When you have genuine relationships with people, there's some things that you don't have to even speak about. Like, there are friends that I have such a great relationship with. If I need help or they need help, vice versa, they can come openly to me and ask me, Tommy, I need help with this, or I can go to them and say, I need help with this, and it wouldn't be like oh, why should I help you? Or feel like, oh, why didn't you help me? Because we have a relationship. There's a connection, there's a relationship where I'm pouring into them and they're pouring into me. The reason why some people feel like, and if you feel entitled to someone that you feel like you're close to, maybe you're not as close as you think you are. Like, people like, oh, because you know somebody, I have to invite you to my wedding. No. That's entitlement. It's possible for you to wish someone well from afar and not be invited to their wedding. It's not the end of the world if someone does not invite you to their wedding. You don't have to go to everyone's wedding that you know. People don't have to invite you to everything that they do. Like, don't feel like, yeah, oh, if you're really that close and if you've actually added value to that person's life or relationship in one way or the other, they would invite you. If they didn't invite you, maybe you're not that important. Deal with it and keep it moving. I just wanted to start. Let me know what you guys think about, people that are entitled. If you, I don't know if people admit that they are entitled, but if you feel like you've dealt with people like that, tell me about your experiences in the comment section. If you love this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you at my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you're one of those people that feel entitled, please stop it, because it's not a good look. Okay, thank you guys. See you.